Good morning. I am going to do today a Caribbean Ocean inspired holiday ornament, and we're going to start by using our clear round plastic ornaments from Michaels. It's going to be dipped inside a Valspar 2000 white base paint. It's interior exterior paint. I'm using that as my base to hold all of the acrylic onto the actual container, ornament rather. And I pour some of the paint off into a measuring container that is quart size so that it's easier for me to manage. And the pouring medium that we created was some Valspar Ultra High Gloss Paint Primer, Base C. Now, if you don't get your paint from Lowe's, you want to make sure that it is Base 3. So it's either Base C or Base 3. And we're going to use 2 parts of the Base C with 1 part of the polyacrylic clear gloss. Okay, so 2 to 1, right? And again, I just put the pouring medium inside one of these little quart-sized measuring containers. It just makes it so much easier so that I don't have to continuously create new pouring medium. The colors that we are going to use are, starting with metallic Modern Masters. This one is Venetian Blue, and the Venetian Blue is just a beautiful shimmery color. It's already been mixed with the pouring medium. The next color we'll be using is Periwinkle Blue from Folk Art, and the Periwinkle Blue gives a nice grayish blue color. And then the next color that we'll be using is everybody's favorite, Prussian Blue. This one's by Liquitex Basics, and this gives that deep, dark ocean view look to it. We're going to use some Pebeo Studio acrylic, iridescent silver. And the reason why I'm using the iridescent silver again is just to give it a little extra zhuzh, okay? The last color that I'm going to be using is Amsterdam Turquoise Blue, and a little bit will go a long way on this one because it's so highly pigmented, and what you want to do is make sure that it flows off the stick just enough. You don't want it too runny, okay? So the first thing that you're going to do is take your plastic bulb ornament and remove the top and set it in a safe place. And we are going to put on our gloves because house paint is awful for our skin. So we're going to take the bulb and dip it in the paint. And remember, gravity is your friend in this particular case, because gravity will cause the paint to come all the way to the neck of the bulb when you flip it over. So you want to let as much of this run off as possible, but not so much that you have a bulb that has less paint in some areas. And we're going to go ahead and mount it directly onto our sticks. You can see the little drips coming down, not a problem. We're just going to take our little craft stick and help the paint along to the sides of the neck. Just give it a little assist. And cover it all up. There we go. Do the same thing with the second globe. Just drop it in and pull it up, let it drain off. And then we're going to flip it over and put it on the stick. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's help this one along a little bit on the neck of the bulb. And remember, gravity is your friend, so you don't have to worry about completely covering this because the paint will drip down and completely cover the base. We're just going to help it along a little bit. There you go. Okay. To start, I'm going to start with my metallic blue and I'm going to put a little dot on top. And you don't need too much paint with this process, which is really nice because when you make your paints in these little tiny containers, it really does go a long way. Okay. The next color is the periwinkle. Put a little dot on top. Okay. Now the beautiful Prussian blue for that deep ocean look. And the iridescent silver. And we only need a little bit. Okay. And finally the turquoise. Now remember, the thing about the turquoise is it will take over, so you don't want to put too terribly much on. Okay, there we go. Now, the cell activator, of course, is titanium white. I use black acrylic. However, you can use, a lot of people like to use Amsterdam titanium white. I've heard that perhaps the Liquitex titanium white can be used, but good and bad results have come of it from what I understand. So what we're going to do is go ahead and put some of the cell activator, a nice little blob on top, and blow straight down. And what we're trying to do is get some of this lovely webbing. I don't know if you can see it, these lacing that's right there. I'm going to do it on this side now. What you want to do is remember to blow straight down on the first blow. Now, what you also can do, and I found that this works best for me, is in areas where the paint is not covering quite like I'd like it to, I just put a little bit of cell activator down, take my handy dandy straw, and just blow it down the side of the bulb. Gently. There we go. And I don't know if you can see how my Caribbean ocean is starting to show up on the sides of the bulbs, but it really is spectacular. And you just continue to blow down on the bulbs, bringing the paint to the sides, and then gravity will take care of the rest. Now here's a set that I've done earlier, and they're still drying. But you can see how this really does start to look like a beautiful Caribbean ocean. And the paint, as you can see, has covered the globes because of gravity. Now, once these are dry, I will go ahead and spray them with a clear varnish. I personally prefer to use Winsor Newton, and the reason why is because it's easy, it doesn't smell terrible, and it dries fairly quickly. I put a coat of the varnish, a little bit of glitter. Be sure to use the ultrafine glitter, and make sure you do this in the outdoor space, and then go ahead and top it off with a final coat of Winsor Newton. Leave them hanging to dry for 24 hours, and then you can insert the silver cap. I like to tie a piece of ribbon to the top of the globe, and then you're done with a beautiful set of 4 holiday Caribbean ocean globes. Thanks for joining. Bye.